Welcome to Schoology for Parents. In this video, I hope to help clear up some misunderstandings and wonderings about what Schoology is, why we use it, and how you can use it to get information about how your student is doing in class and also communicate and talk to them about what's going on in their classes. Before we start, I want to go over a few icons that you might see when you log into your parent page or when you look at your student's Schoology page. Over here, we have some icons that will show up in Gradebook. This is for excused, so if you see this green hexagon, it means that the student was excused from the assignment. This is incomplete. If you see the half hexagon, it means the student did not complete the whole assignment. And this hexagon, the empty one, means that the assignment is missing, so the student did not submit it at all. You might also get a missing notification without the teacher checking this flag. If the student does not submit an assignment by a due date, it will show up as missing and it will show up as 0 without even having this flag checked. So you can still find the student is missing an assignment and you won't see this and it will still be missing. When you look at their courses and the materials, you'll see several different materials. You'll see this for an assignment. This means it's something the student needs to do. This is a discussion. This isn't really something that you should be concerned about too much, but it could be an assignment. The student needed to participate in a discussion, but that's what this is. This is a quiz, so this is where you'll be able to see if the student had an assessment that was in quiz form. You'll see this little puzzle piece. This is a rubric, so if you're wondering about a student's grade and you see a rubric icon, that means the assessment or assignment was graded using a rubric, which will give you more information to why the student got the grade they did. The rubric has a lot more details about that. Finally, when you look in their grade book from the desktop view, you will see a little page, and that means that the student submitted the assignment. So if this page is missing, next to the assignment, the student did not make a submission. First, I'm going to talk about logging in from the iPad. This is a really quick way that you can just ask to see your student's iPad and take a quick peek at their Schoology and have a little chat with your student. When you open up Schoology on the home page on an iPad, you'll see this. These are the updates from all of the classes. Tap on these 3 bars to get to more information. Once you tap on these 3 bars, all of this stuff will come up. We're going to take a look at the courses first. So the 2 things parents are most concerned about are probably courses and grades. So first we're going to look at the courses and then we'll take a look at the grades. I tapped on the courses and all of the courses will come up as an option. I want to point out that teachers organize their materials. That's the assignments, the assessments, the notes, any extra stuff will all be under materials, but teachers organize their Schoology pages in different ways. Some teachers organize it by topic. So this teacher has it organized by unit. In each unit, the teacher has presentations, so these are the notes, in-class resources, and assessments. This teacher organizes it by quarter. In each quarter, there will be assignments, assessments, resources, and the notes. Another way a teacher might organize their Schoology page is just having these folders, and then in each folder, everything is organized in chronological order. So you'll see organized by unit, by quarter, or by type of material. And the students know, and we try to teach them how to find everything in our Schoology page because it is different. The next thing you'll notice on their course page is a tab that says upcoming. This will tell you what's coming up in class and when it is due. So this assignment, if you remember this icon, is for an assignment. It's due on the 25th at 8 a.m. If a student does not make a submission by 8 a.m. on the 25th, this assignment will be missing. From the course page, you can also look at grades. So previously, we were looking at materials. Now we're going to take a look at the grades. When you click on grades, the student's current grade will pop up. However, there is a lot more really important information that you can find that will give you a better idea of what's happening in their class besides just their grade, because what does this grade mean? Each quarter has a drop-down menu, and in each drop-down menu, you will find a category for assessments and a category for practice work and something called ATLs, Approaches to Learning. This is teaching students how to learn, how to be organized, stuff like that. But these are the categories you'll find under quarter one. Under the assessments in quarter one, and I do have to click on this arrow for a drop-down, you'll find each assessment. Each assessment will have a grade, so 11 out of 16 is a B. This assessment was graded on a rubric, so if you want more information about why the student got a B, you can click on this rubric. But most importantly, the teacher gave the student feedback. This is what the student can look at so that they know how to improve. If you're wondering what the student is struggling with, look at the feedback, because the teachers either give feedback here or they write it right on the submission, and that will give you a really good idea of what the student needs to work on. For example, in practice work, the student needs to always mark the devices, and that's why they got a 4. And this example, they misidentified some devices, and that's why they got a B+. The last thing you'll notice on this page is an asterisk. This means the student has not made a submission. So this is either not due yet or it's missing because there is no submission. Once you're done looking at the student's courses and materials and assignments, you can check on the student's grade, or you can check on the grades anytime. You'll have to navigate back home and navigate to the Grades tab. Once you click on the Grades tab, you'll see grades up at the top and all of the students' classes here, so you can select any of the classes to view their grades. When you click on a class, I've clicked on English 8, the grades will come up for the student. Here's the course grade, here's quarter one, the assessments, and the practice. Again, the teacher has made a comment to help the student know what to improve. They've given the student, the teacher's given the student a number grade for these are formative assessments, but also given comments so the student knows exactly what he or she has to do to improve their grade. So this is a really good starting point for discussions to have with your students. However, you might not want to go into this much depth this frequently, but maybe you want to just keep up with what your students are doing in school. There's a really easy way to set up notifications, and I'm going to show you now. Notifications, you do need your G number, but to set up notifications so that you get an email with missing homework, if the student was absent to a class, if something is coming up and due, this is how you would do it. You have to go to Schoology on the desktop and you have to log in as yourself. Once you log in as yourself, you're going to make sure that you are yourself. You're going to select your child from the drop-down menu and you're going to go to settings. Then you'll go over here to notifications and you will select what you want for email. If you want it on, daily or weekly, what time you want to receive it, and turn notifications on and hit save. So it's really that easy. This arrow is where you will find all of your students as well as yourself. So whatever student you want notifications for, you would click on settings, click on notifications, turn on the email summary, say if you want it daily or weekly, say what time you want it, turn it on, and hit save. That's how you can get email notifications of the activity in Schoology. Next, I'm going to show you what kind of activity you can see with your notifications. I'd like to say it again. You need to know your G number to log in and your password. If you've forgotten, I can help. Give me a call, 651-744-3419. I can reset your password and I can give you your G number if you don't know it. These are some things that you'll see when you set up notifications. You'll see the course summary with the grade. You'll see attendance. You will see any assignments that were graded in the time you set up your notifications. So if you're getting notifications daily, you'll see the assignment that was submitted that day. If you're getting them weekly, you'll see assignments that were submitted that week. So here the student had a daily reading assignment in Foundations. The student did not have any assignments for French. The student had a creativity formative for art, in which the student received a 6 out of 8. The student had a metric practice quiz and a book support engineering challenge in science. All of these are also links to the classes and to the material. So if I click on this, I will see the student's formative. I will actually see the submission. So that's kind of neat. You will also see overdue assignments and upcoming assignments. So this was due, we made this a little bit ago. This was due on Monday, Tuesday, so you'll see what's coming up. So you know what homework the student has coming and assessments they have coming, and if anything is overdue, so if they're missing anything. You'll also see updates. Now you'll see these on the main Schoology page once you log in, but if you want to just get the updates from the teacher, it'll tell you what teacher posted it, what class, and then the information. You'll see what the student has submitted. So the student submitted a test or quiz to this and received an 8 out of 8 on it. Submitted a test or quiz to this again. Maybe they submitted this first and then they went back and changed something. I think that's what that is. And then you have another notification that this teacher posted an update to ELA workshop. So this is a really good jumping off point to have a discussion and go further in depth in grades in Schoology. Because if you're looking at your students' classes and you're seeing that they're not getting the grades you expect, or they're not doing well on their assessments, you would go back to the grades and you would take a look at the comments. And the teacher would have feedback for why the student received the grade they did. So you don't need to necessarily go into these grades all the time. Set up those notifications and then you'll get alerts with missing work, overdue assignments. So let this be the start of your conversation. Let these grades be the start of what you go further in depth in Schoology. It can take a really long time to click around in the grades and read through all these comments. And if you don't have to, if you're showing up that your student is getting A's and B's and they're doing well on their assessments and you're not concerned, then you don't necessarily need to go back in and look at all the comments. But if they're not getting the grades you want and not doing well on the assessments, then you should go back into Schoology and take a look at the grades, take a look at the comments, and see what your student needs to do to improve. Hopefully this will help you navigate through Schoology, know how to get notifications. Again, if you need any help, feel free to email me or give me a call at 651-744-3419.